Welcome! This is Quantum Geek. If you are just listening to this episode first, then that's really weird, and you should actually go back and listen to all of the episodes preceding this because we're going to be talking about those right now. So if you haven't listened to all of those, then I guess spoiler alert for this whole episode? Anyways, I am Lee. I've been running this so far, and with me are
I am Will, and I do the character of Sam.
And I'm Landon, and I play Luke.
and they just went through the Star Trek episode. We did the first two episodes of Star Trek, which was the Farpoint Station episodes. And they did quite well. Like, I removed Captain Picard, or rather, Q removed Captain Picard, and they did a pretty good job. And Landon was kind of the clinch pin there, and he was the one that didn't really watch too much Star Trek. So, essentially, this is just the table talk episode. We're just gonna kind of discuss things of how everything went with the episode, and if you guys have any questions, and then we're also gonna do a little bit of talk of how upcoming episode arcs are gonna be. So, what did you guys think?
Pretty decent.
I think I watched those two episodes at least 6 times while working on that, and sometimes I would even have them just on in the background while I was working on it. I had said, like, during the episode, I think that I was kind of disappointed that I forgot some things.
Okay.
But yeah, I watched those episodes so many times.
Oh yeah. Doing this, you either have to have these episodes memorized in your head,
Yeah.
or watch them so often that you just like, okay, I can say the words for everybody's line verbatim without thinking about it now. Okay, let's do this.
And then on top of that, I had like the transcript right up on pulled up on my browser, so like whenever there was something happening, I would remember that there was a part in the episode, and I would go to the transcript and like look for that part, you know.
Okay.
What do you guys think about, like, what are your takeaways from this so far?
Apart from Sprite needing to be a little bit more helpful.
What did you want Sprite to do?
Just give a little bit more information than she was. I mean, she gave us enough to help, but it seemed like she could have gave a little bit more.
Well,
You want Sprite to pull a little more weight, huh?
as I've stated before, like, the Sprite character is essentially your Al character. Like in Quantum Leap, there was this character called Al who was essentially a person who Sam could talk to that was from his time, and Al would have information for Sam about the area that he was in, about the time stuff, and even have possible ways that he could get out of there.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna say Al is like 70% useless in most of the Quantum Leap episodes. His
yeah,
30% usefulness is when he first appears. He goes, "Hey, guess what? You're in this area with this."
yeah,
Like, thank you.
yeah. Essentially, it's like he's there and helps him figure out exactly who he is and what he's supposed to be doing, and then will also come in every now and then just to, like, if there's something that he doesn't know how to do, but the person that he is supposed to know how to do, then he'll.
And the other thing that he does is GPS, because that's the only other thing he really does.
Oh yeah.
He goes, "Hey, Sanso is in this location."
because
Thank
he
you.
can just like walk through the wall since he's not actually there. So like he'd be able to do basically when it comes to Sprite, she's going to offer certain things, but I'm going to be like really limiting her ability to get information.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys find other uses for her, she'll be able to do stuff.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yep.
So
Because at this
we'll be
point,
able to find Raditz before he finds us, if we ever did that arc.
Yeah.
but yeah. At this point, my character's going. Well, she's a computer. That's as much as my character knows. All right, I have a computer that can actually speak and hear me. That's great. I'll be using the computer for those things.
Don't let Bulma, Sarah Bulma want to take her apart.
Good thing the computer's only in our heads.
Yeah.
So
And don't think Bulma has a degree in medicine. She has a degree in a lot of things,
I
but don't think she has a degree in medicine. So
don't know. She might. Bulma is just like super smart.
yes, but most of the things you see Boomer do do not have to do with biology. They are mostly engineering feats of magic.
I will.
Like, what did you do? I built a
She
super.
made a time machine
He's
for
got a,
crying out loud.
Yeah, I do think her father has some
yeah, the
ability.
father is the doctor. The father is the doctor.
She
Boomer
made a
herself,
time machine.
yes. Like I said, and none of that is biology. That's all quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
So yeah, Doctor Brief is the doctor
Yeah,
in the family.
but yeah. She made a time machine which sadly bears destroyed.
Old lady look like the way his wife looks, because his wife is technically an old lady.
You know why she don't look like an old lady? Because without anybody knowing, she gathers the Dragon Balls every year and wishes herself younger.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Like, honestly, that's also a good way to do this. Besides just saying plastic surgery, I'm like, yeah. At first, I was like, Doctor Brief, the best plastic surgeon in the planet. Why? Because his wife could be 80 and she looks like she's 30. Then the other reason could be just Dragon Balls, because Dragon Balls do what you want.
So, something else I wanted to talk to you both about is what what do you think your character may have taken away from all this? Like,
Let's see.
let's start with Luke.
Okay.
Mainly because
You
I
might
have
want to start
his.
with Will, 'cause I'm thinking on my answer right now. So if he's got an answer, go ahead and start with him. I'll give me a second.
Okay, well, in that case, I will pop that back in and open Sam's. Alright,
Okay.
so yeah. What do you think will stay with Sam?
We'll stay with Sam.
Yeah, like what did he learn, or what it like just like anything that he did while being ensign roads, or just experiencing the stuff in this, like what what do you think
Okay.
actually would stick with Sam?
Number one, when apparently going to new places, whenever we meet a cosmic level entity, um, always be polite and hope that if the cosmic entity, since it has the power to f with whatever's happening, doesn't f with it. That's the main thing that's brought in Sam's mind right now. Because he goes, this is all Q's fault. This is all Q's fault. And it's accurate information.
It really is.
So, yeah, that's the foremost thing in his mind. Because he's just like, great, everything that I'm going to be experiencing now is going to be because of a one cosmic being. I don't want to get any more cosmic beings a chance to look at me or a chance to just go, you know what? Your day needs to be F with.
All
I'm like,
right.
they gonna just look at me and go, you're wrong. No, no, stop looking at me. I don't want more attention. I don't want to be your plaything and Q's plaything at the same time.
All right. So Sam's takeaway: Sam has learned his lesson to be polite to cosmic entities. I mean,
my
that
main
is
thing,
fair.
my main thing that Luke's definitely gonna take away: don't go in guns a blazing, because you never know when that next thing that you're going in guns a blazing with can kill you just by looking at you. Apparently.
All right.
That's a good takeaway,
That
especially for where we're
is.
going. We're at war.
So,
Just
um,
kill us by looking at us hard.
so yeah, listeners, I'm sure you've noticed that they have brought up Dragon Ball Z quite a few times so far. And I'm probably talked about it at the beginning. They usually are not gonna know where they're gonna be going next. I'm gonna keep that information secret from them, except for these first two episodes. I let each of them choose one place for them to go. They don't know when they're going in said fandom, but they know they're going to those fandoms. So the first one was Star Trek. That was chosen by Will. And the second episode arc is going to be Dragon Ball. Um just that Dragon Ball universe. I'm not going to give away, well, I guess I am going to go ahead and give it away where it's going to be because Will's already guessed because I told him I was going to put some restrictions on what I was going to choose. And
Uh
he
huh.
actually guessed where I was going to do it.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm going to
know
go
enough
ahead
about
and let Landon know where we're going to be going to. But yeah, we're going to be going in Dragon Ball Z is the next episode arc, and they are going to be in the Namek arc.
But that leaves very few characters that we could actually be.
Yep. That
So
one.
so yeah, essentially I was looking for an arc that didn't heavily rely on Goku being the one that beat everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And after thinking about it, I came to the conclusion that the Namek arc is probably the best one to start with. And Will is going to be Krillin.
Mm-hmm.
Landon is going to be Gohan.
Ah, one of the two characters I wanted.
And we will have a special guest who I'm going to let it be a surprise who he is. But the special guest will come in, and like I said, I'm going to let it be a surprise what character he's going to be. So, but yeah. Um I said it before, but the RPG system that we used for the Star Trek episodes was the Offworlders RPG system.
Mm-hmm.
I will have a link in the description to go to it and purchase it. It is a fun system. It does have the ability to increase in abilities and stuff. Landon's character was actually about to get one, but then they managed to finish the plot. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the next one we're going to be using is Astonishing Superheroes, and when we start up the Dragon Ball Z episode arc, I will have the link to that in the description as well. But I looked through a bunch of different ones and came to the conclusion that this was going to be the best one to use for Dragon Ball Z. And the off-roller system used a 2d6 system. The Astonishing Superheroes is using a D100 system. So,
Looks interesting because Yeah.
I will break some news to both of you right quick.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to have the bodies and the physiques of Krillin and Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
You still have your minds, which means you don't have their fighting experience. As far as I'm seeing, neither of you have any fighting skills that you
Wait,
guys really went
wait,
with.
I do remember because I said I took Muay Thai at one point for hand to hand, if I remember correctly.
So I'm looking.
I seem to remember that. If I remember wrong, then that might be, a different character.
I think that's a different character because things that I'm
Yeah.
looking at, we got computer graphics, engineering, cooking, medical, business.
Yep. Yep.
And medical, engineering, music, chemistry, and computer programming.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be training for a minute.
So yeah, you guys will have the nice physiques, and I just close out the. I didn't close it out, but I minimized it by accident.
Way to go.
Hey, like I said, we built characters that would, be nerds to
Yeah.
make the thing that would actually get us
Now,
here.
I will
We didn't
say,
actually build.
the good thing about this particular system, even with absolutely no fighting ability at all, you still have the ability to do a good job with fighting. It's just a lot harder because you have a less than 50% chance of success.
Yeah, and everybody else is just gonna stomp on us because they actually fight for a living.
So you guys will have to figure things out pretty quick.
It's
Oh
like
wait.
take normal
Oh
Krillin
wait.
and Gohan in this situation, and you make them suck. Wait, what? Yeah, that's us. You take normal Krillin and Gohan, and you make them suck worse. Like, really?
Oh wait. I'm gonna be in real trouble because Gohan has to fight Frieza at some point.
Well, I
Have
mean,
fun with that
this
one.
you have to
I'm
remember
Krillin.
that this is all based on what you guys wind up doing too, because
Like I said, have fun with that one.
like if you guys there's an entire possibility that you guys could do tons of like this last episode. There were parts of it that went the same as what happened in the show, but a lot of it actually did not go the same. Like that's one of the big things about this. You guys are taking the places of Gohan and Krillin. And so if you guys wind up coming up with a different idea, there's a possibility you guys could summon the dragon and actually finish the entire thing before Goku gets there.
Hey, let's just put it this way. It all depends on who that other character that's going to be introduced, and which character he is.
Yeah.
Because if he's certain characters, we actually may be boned. Because let's put it this way: there was only one person that was able to actually summon said dragon, and that's because he spoke the language natively.
Oh yeah,
And
didn't they?
yeah, and if that person gets put into Dende, we are in because he will go. And I summoned the dragon with what language? Oh yeah, that's right. I
Now,
don't
I
know the
will
Namekian language.
I will say that you guys will get the opportunity to do things like what Will got to do in this episode, where I allowed him the ability to remember stuff. And this one's going to be a little bit different because it's going to be more of I will let you guys roll intelligence checks to figure certain things out based upon your memory. So like if one of you remembers what the name of one of the attacks is and how it's supposed to go, then
Remember the name of the
you'll be able to have the an intelligence check to actually figure out how to do it while you're in that character.
Darn it! I should have said he was a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Yeah,
All right.
both of you are Dragon Ball Z fans, and so is the third person who's going to be coming in.
All right.
I should have said my character was though. That way he'd get the bonus right away, and not have to actually roll for it.
So the thing that I'm going to be doing is your characters have all of the fandom knowledge that you two have.
Ah yes, thank you.
Yeah, your characters might have other things that you guys don't have. For instance, I'm fairly certain that Will does not have a medical PhD. But Sam knows everything about Star Trek that Will knew.
Mm-hmm.
And both of you
Okay,
know
can I make
everything
Gohan go into
and then both of you know
can I make
everything
Gohan
about.
go into a super
Wait,
go
what?
ahead. Can I make Gohan go into a Super Saiyan then?
Oh my
If
God.
you can figure out how to do it. Now, with that particular thing, there's a lot of things, but that is a thing that I would allow you because you know certain things. So like you would have to describe certain things, and then you would have to succeed in the intelligence roll to get it.
Oh,
So that
wait,
is
that's
that
something
is
I have a plus two in.
essentially you had a +3 in the Offworlder system.
Okay, plus three.
You're
So
gonna
it might be
be
different.
now. Your minds are still the same, but it's now going to be in a different system.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
basically, you have to look at the like if you want to try like you base all the notes that you took about your actual character, all the notes that you took about Luke,
Mm-hmm.
you keep those, and I've sent you the book for the astonishing superhero system, and
Mm-hmm.
you can look at the astonishing superheroes, and you can
Mm-hmm.
try and figure out where that intelligence that you had might be on the astonishing superheroes intelligence chart,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have some sort of base range of where you're probably going to be needing to shoot for.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, I have an idea where it might be, and Super Saiyan might not be happening right away.
And like I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
you'll still be able to try and do it because you yourself know that it exists, which means that Luke also knows that it exists. And if you
Just,
can actually tell me in the moment what you're supposed to do and how you do it, then the intelligence roll will actually make it to where you'll be able to figure it out. Like Luke would be able to figure it out as he is, figure out how to do it. Basically, I am going to allow a lot of things, but I do have to have certain catches. You know, I
I could just fly right to Fuka and just
because like
if I pull it off.
I can't let you just like in the first 5 seconds figure out how to go Super Saiyan 2 unless you
Oh
get
yeah, no, I
some
wouldn't
unless
even
you
do
get
it in the
some
first
bomb ass
episode.
rolls. Unless you get some bomb ass rolls, I can't let that happen. But if you do, then this will be the quickest episode arc ever.
Yeah, you
Oh no,
guys.
I wouldn't think about doing it until we started seeing Frieza.
Hey, like I said, you guys enjoy all of that. If I'm Krillin, I know my place. But hey,
you know, we
No,
know
I'll
you're
just
gonna
be
be
full
trying to
Frieza.
figure out the Destructo the entire time.
Just
um.
cut Frieza in half.
All right. So one more thing that we're gonna do before we log off of this episode. Something else we're going to be doing during these table talk episodes, getting towards the end of them, is Landon and Will and I are all going to say the name of a fandom that is going to go on the list for when we start doing the random choice after the next episode arc. The
okay.
rules for this are it can't be anything already on the list, which
Mm-hmm.
I will be sharing with you guys the list um after we get done here. So it can't be anything already on the list. It can't be the
Mm-hmm.
one that we just did. So, for instance, right now you can't put Star Trek on it.
Yeah.
And for today's particular case, because you already know what the next episode's arc's gonna be, it can't be the next episode. Normally, the next episode arc will not be off of the list yet, because you guys, it's going to be a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so for today only, and then also it is the universe, the fandom universe. That's why I say the fandom. So, for instance, you can't say Dragon Ball, meaning like the original Dragon Ball, and you can't say Dragon Ball Super because we're doing Dragon Ball Z. So,
Okay.
so we'll start with Landon. What fandom are you picking?
I am going to go with Black Clover.
Black Clover.
Okay.
It's some magic. Get some good magic in here. All right, Will.
All right. All right. Let's see here. You know what? Fine, fine. You picked the magic thing. Um, Let me go more sci-fi with this, and you know what? I'm gonna make this hard. Um, sure. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
All right. And I'm going to pick a book series. I think I'm gonna go with Heroes of Olympus. I was trying to think of something else, but I'm gonna go with Heroes of Olympus because the Percy Jackson series is coming out pretty soon. So
You could have always went with Aragon too. That's a pretty good choice.
yeah. But yeah, we'll go with Heroes of Olympus fandom. So the Percy Jackson, Heroes of Olympus, Magnus Chase. I guess Magnus Chase would also be counted in there.
I couldn't decide between Full Metal and Black Clover.
Books series that go with this. Madness Chase and what was the Egyptian one?
Kane
Kane
Chronicles.
Chronicles. Yeah, if you go with that logic, they all in the same universe. They
Yeah.
all there.
We'll say Heroes of Olympus.
Yeah,
We'll say Heroes of Olympus fandom is just the Greek part, the Greek and Roman part. That way,
Okay.
later on, someone can say Magnus Chase, and someone can say Kane Chronicles, because in all, like, yeah, there's some slight crossover every now and then, but unless you read the short stories, you don't know about the Kane Chronicles and the Greek and Roman crossovers. And unless you read Magnus Chase, you don't know about the Greek and Roman and the Asgard crossovers. So, yeah. We'll say that that's just the Greek and Roman part.
I couldn't decide between Full Metal and Black Clover, so I literally flipped a coin.
Alright, so next time we know that he'll be picking Full Metal.
Probably.
So, well, I think that'll just about do it. Is there anything else you guys wanna say about everything? Like, is there anything I need to do? Because I do want to make sure that I'm evolving as a DM here.
No complaints on this end.
I was gonna say, I think we're good.
Cool. Oh, hopefully we get some people watching this or listening to this, and
Yeah.
get people who enjoy it. Eventually, if we do get people listening to it, I will probably open up the list to take in, like,
To the chat.
and just like open up the list so that people can recommend stuff, and we can like pull the like a fan vote or something.
There's a high risk we might get Twilight on that one.
Twilight. In all honesty,
It
I
all
would
depends on the fans of who will.
Let
of what we
let's
can bring you.
let's be honest though. If you two wind up in Twilight, that actually might be interesting.
The whole thing of Sam going, I hate where we are. I hate it so much.
No,
Please, for
just
the love of God, get
no,
me out
just
of
think
here.
about it for a minute. You guys wind up in Twilight, and even if one of you is Edward or Bella, you're not gonna make the stupid choices that she made, and it's not gonna be the same thing. You could actually turn it into an action movie.
Honestly, if any one of us
Or
was any of those characters, I'd be like, did the movie actually happen? No. Why
No,
not? Well, if one
movie
of
did
us is
not.
Edward, they're like, no, that's a teenage girl, and I'm how old again? Yeah, no, just no. I'm not gonna be that dude standing in her bedroom at night creeping on her. No,
Yeah,
I'm just
definitely.
gonna, I'm just gonna be over here being pretending that I'm a teenage student, being normal, being normal. Don't let people know.
Of that whole thing of like, why am I even pretending to be a teenager right now? It's like,
Like, yeah, I can just go get a job now. It's
yeah,
fine. Just leave high school. Why am I pretending to be a high schooler? What was with this?
yeah.
What was the plan? The logic? What was this?
Like, you guys really would wind up making an entirely different story.
I sit here and go, are we even staying in the same city? Like, no, no, why would I want to stay here? Let's go somewhere cooler. I can live anywhere on the planet. Let's do that.
Like, the end result is you guys wind up going to a different place because you made it better. Alright, well, I guess we will go ahead and sign out. We are going to go ahead and do plugs if you guys want to do plugs. I was originally I was going to have plugs at the end of each of the episodes, but after thinking about it, I wound up cutting it when we did them the first time, the first couple of times. Excuse me. Yeah, I wound up cutting it the first couple of times, and figured that we just do plugs on the table talk episode, which is this one.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to
Makes more sense.
plug your social medias or anything that you are interested in, if you have a friend that you want to plug something that they're doing or something, feel free. I would recommend don't do anything that's time sensitive, like, because at the moment the plan is each episode is released monthly. That might change after some time, but I highly doubt it's going to change through these first few episodes.
I gotta say, man, the only things that I would be plugging would be the things that I'm picking for the actual episode choices, which is, yeah, go watch Doctor Who. It's actually an interesting show.
Oh,
Yeah.
before
Same.
yeah, before I forget, the one rule is the one rule for the next episode and for while we're doing episodes is don't watch the current fandom choice or read the current fandom choice. Just to make it to where
Fair,
your characters are having to have the same memory that you have.
fair enough.
So all right. So yeah, watch Black Clover. Watch Doctor Who. Doctor Who's got some specials out now and probably has some cool stuff going
I'll
on.
probably have to go back and watch Doctor Who. It's been a minute.
And they've got a new doctor. Like they went back to David Tennant for a minute, and then they just got a new doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Question though. On
So
Black Clover, are you going for the earlier stuff or are you going towards the end that way I have in the general area where to watch to refresh myself?
I will not tell because
Yeah.
this next episode arc is the last time that you're gonna get any hints about what's coming up. Because
Eventually one of us has to say One Piece though.
Sam never had any hints before he leaped in Quantum Leaps, so I'm gonna do the same thing for you guys. But I figured these first two, since I I had come to the whole decision of like it wouldn't make sense for you to test it and not know which place you're going to go to. So
Uh-huh.
I rationalized it for that for Star Trek, and then I rationalized that since I let Will pick one, I should let Landon pick one. So that's why we're doing Dragon Ball.
And like, oh, he made me go through Star Trek, so I'm gonna make him go through Dragon Ball.
so so yeah, but after Dragon Ball, it's going to be just random, and you guys are not gonna know. And one of the things that I'm really looking forward to doing is actually recording the first episode of the episode arc of the next episode
Mm-hmm.
arc, and taking that first little bit where you guys find out where you are and putting it
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the last episode of the previous arc. That way, because like in Quantum Leap, there was always like a thing at the end of the episode. He would leap, he would go into the new place, and then there would be something that happened, and he'd be like, "Oh boy."
Yeah, back in the days of catchphrase.
Yep. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I will plug my socials are just look for Seriostar, Seriostar, and I'm pretty much Seriostar at every single place. Twitter or X rather, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I'm technically Seriostar Z. Technically, I'm also Seriostar, but I can't remember the login information for the original account. But Instagram, Seriostar, Threads, Seriostar, and then I also would like to plug the books that I've written. There's at least two available right now. In the Immortality Sucks series, there's Demonic Whispers is the first one, and the second one is Wolf Hunt. If you search for Seriostar and Amazon, you will find them. You can also go to seriostar.com and you can find links to them. I'm also planning on doing some stuff on my seriostar.com page, so keep an eye out there because I might be throwing stuff there.
Gotcha.
I've got the rough draft idea available for a book. I just gotta get to have the time to sit down and actually start writing.
Yeah, it's very difficult, especially when you have ADHD. If you don't finish it in like 1 or 2 months, your brain really starts trying to linger on other things.
What I'm thinking about doing, instead of going for a whole book, I'm thinking about just doing like the first two chapters and this just throwing and getting it tossed on the Google Play Store and Amazon. And if the first two chapters do okay, just add more throughout as they're getting as the demand asks for more chapters.
Uh,
That way, if it's a dud, I've only spent the time on two chapters and not an entire book.
well, just I guess keep
Oh, okay. You're gonna treat it like one of those web comic series kind of thing.
yeah, just
Okay.
keep
Yeah,
us up
yeah,
keep us updated on that every time we do table talks. If you've actually done something on it, go ahead and plug it.
yeah,
But I think we
yeah.
will
So
go
we're
ahead
not.
and sign off for now.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
and look forward to our Dragon Ball Z arc.
Especially with people who can't
You know
write.
I'm gonna try it once we see Frieza. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. As soon as we see Frieza, I'm gonna try to turn Gohan Super Saiyan. That way when Goku gets her, he's like, "What?"
And Gorilla's gonna hide behind a rock because he knows how this ends.
Hey, you have the ability to get some boostering power. Plus, if you're smart, you might be able to come up with some other ideas.
Yeah. First thing we're doing though is going straight to.
And it's what, third form?
Let's just
Yeah.
recognize one very
To
important
being
thing.
boosted?
You guys need to recognize something very important. This is going to be the last hint I give you because after this, I am going to be DM and I need to be able to plan accordingly. When you
Yep.
guys get on this ship, essentially there are now going to be three geniuses in one place
Oh,
Uh-huh.
fine.
because you have Bulma with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. We would have Boma.
So that's three geniuses in one place.
And Boma
Oh,
would be
fun.
actually be the one person that I'd be like, hey, guess what? We have magic science over here that can probably help us out with
So
our, science problem of let's get back home.
so yeah, there's a lot
Exactly.
of things
How
that
do
you
you do
guys
this?
might there's a lot of things that you guys might be able to do using the brains over brawn method here.
Hey, let's all three build a time machine.
All right.
Technically, yeah.
Well, hope everyone comes and sees our episode or listens to our next episode arc. Hope you enjoyed the last one. And um I suppose if you want to get in touch with us, you can email me at iamseriostar@gmail.com. Just in case anyone wants to get in touch with us.
Yep.
Alright.
All right.
See you later.